Right, it is 3:07 p.m. What better time than the meeting of the Hudson Bank Corporation to order. All for joining us. There are guests here today. We jump right into approval of the minutes. Are there? Everyone has taken the time to review thoroughly minutes. Are there any comments or corrections or minutes? If not, we have a motion. For a second. Second. All right. Minutes are approved. We will next jump into the treasurer's and chairperson's reports.
Without the part of life insurance. This is all I would think Rochester has 4,500. Implementation environmental improvements for 307 March. That was for 2,100. Rehabilitation of 358 Glide Street, aid to shooting construction. That was $120,995. Then we have 4 invoices based on tourist church property management. For property management purposes. And something about $750. Well, those are the challenges. Okay, so. Total revenue for the period, 54,679. That's prior to stacking cost reimbursement. 1,194. And then.
Questions? Splash. Great. Some water. All right, jump into our resolution number 9, which is approving bid selections, rehabilitation of certain properties in the Rochester.
Yes, so we have 3 properties that are owned by the land bank that we put out to bid. The city's tax services. Bids came back for 6 Ariel Park, 2652 Dewey, 272 Frost Avenue. Then selected also was picked from those bids. Yes, renovations. Ariel Park, 252 Frost, and the next one is 2652 Dewey Avenue. Long time contractors with the home Rochester program, so we're very familiar with them doing work. Like forward to its luncheon problem.
I don't think. They are very high, but
Good to see. Others do the plus thing.
I think it would be fitting out.
How close are these numbers to our estimate? When I say our, but we have a,
The scope that was prepared by.
yeah,
Contract services. They're higher. I mean, they're higher,
thousands.
thousands higher. Tens of thousands in some cases. I will send both.
So you know, the funny thing here, both owner or contractors there, so for 3S and also X. Yeah,
That are owned by.
they're not the same person. One is actually a male and one is a female, but they have the same person. Yeah. No. All right, any other questions? None. Thank you, Dance, all in. Carries. All right, we're gonna jump into the discussion items. I'll just first say, discussing or we're going to go through the process of amending bylaws to reflect our business changes in types within NPD. So make sure that the ex officio members of the board stay consistent with reality. Gonna do that, but at this time, all current members' titles would extend until such time as bylaws.
Thank you.
Then we can jump into first one, that's identify the National Land Bank Network.
So the National Land Bank Network, we are currently members, this is started, I guess, by Center for Moving Progress, but it is its own. They had their conference, which happened on all 20 years with they did properties conferences. And it made up land bank cross. Have been members since inception and it's involved with it, so chose to do so. They are moving to structure. So it's free for the first 3 years. It started during the strange. But in the stage we had two in-person conferences, today it's called Start to One. We have had when they staff of conferences, they have education here, often online webinars, they have mixers, they offer and then leadership across the country. Topics, so we can find a regular that, but it is a due structure, and because of our budget amount, and it is $500. I certainly would be in favor of it and would. What we can hold. But I did want to bring it up. It doesn't start until October. So if the board has next to bring forward the resolution for expectation of staff, but the hope of staff, but members brought some recent emails, the email regarding the extra, but also some of the benefits that is posted, post board member positions, for employment positions, plan, so in any case, I just think it's good that. So the decision is. Yeah, the fall.
Given the cost and the fact that probably the conversation we've had already with the payroll around the table, it's already cost us more than $500. So I'm in favor of this.
I would. There's also discounts for the member, because there's still. There are members, and then there go to the conference, current members. And so there's now this number.
So network, ask questions and so it's worth, yeah.
It's much, it's structured much like a lending association for the state, in that there's a lot of cross conversation. Executive director that. First, I thought we'd get an update on. Okay, so rehabilitation could be, become sold free property at program. That is, the program where we stabilization structures, offer them for exterior, offer them for sale. Producers, and then once the deal is closed, the restoration. Both work that provided to the land. They close free of those. And Stephen Zero. Purchasers, and there are two others that are in the process. Since contract services that we have other properties in our purpose, they are very close to and stabilization process, such that they photos that would possibly, good enough for a sales photo steering wheel. So we'd like to put, or we're planning to put the next three up on the website, likely before June. Publicizing that. So where the parties are available. What process is a separate page, it's accessible from a page that for utility. Process as properties are covered. The process. So the free that we expect or not far is on
91 Walnut and 208 Winchester.
down our real estate specialist thing. 91 Walnut. So once those go up, we'll start. Works where they're available. Send it out to the board.
Yeah, so communication. Very important.
Yes, they are providing funds. They also. They're always, if they are able to, if they are able to finance, people probably could not get finance. Get a lot of collectability and the loans are not so expensive. And they're able to. And they're, there are people who are, they're able to get, just that, they might have some buying power, they might have different. Interest rates and all of that, but it's partly because of this partner. They also, some cases, can provide support with. Not down payment, they can provide support with full house. The purchaser can provide that the city's partners. But in the three properties that we have, that has been. So, we have received, we've been notified what we need to do to make sure our bid is adequate to send to contractors. We know who to send it to and what to send. There are some pre-development activities that they're hoping to handle, and they've also given us a guide as to what pre-development activities are being first, to what extent. So we are getting their quotes. They asked for some photos, in addition to some of the other redevelopment things that they need to see as they're moving forward. That's not necessarily necessary for the contractors, but the one in charge of the place. But I do expect that we'll learn something, or at least be able to tell you that they've gone out. I don't know. Price, but
You know, when they're making the, when they're choosing to time their announcements for the program tonight. I think last week they had another announcement. So I think maybe until we set the developers in place.
I can find out. I don't.
I was gonna say, just to give you an idea of what's being done in total here, so, Ryan did meet with, some folks from CBS, Special Services and Forestry. There was some requests to have some cities removed, so that they had first man. Dropping it off in lots. So we went back and forth with our internal people, and Ryan was able to meet them out there to identify, have an idea of what we're looking at. So, but you can't quite tell sometimes from the description or from Google Maps. So you get out there and take a look at some trees that need some street trees that have some issues that we blocking. We're also working terrible, with city RGB staff, public temporarily, heavy equipment. Grab this stuff, but there's kind of a lot of things going on like under the surface of the water. But we're doing, once we're ready, we're ready. I guess we're just clear and well to say, drop it, but. I want to be there, break some, what the whole process looks like. Right, cabling, and all the extra.
It's the video of it, and I could put it, I'm sure people will see that on YouTube or whatever. It's
Really great to see. Mutations on there.
Have they started, have you guys started any like site work for utilities?
No, they haven't done any trenching. The pad's got it, they want the pad for it. They want the pad located for it. Kind of first step, but we're still working through the survey process, but then some. That, so that they can. Drawing the setbacks, but.
That's good.
Yeah, but that's simple. So, well, there. Oh,
There's,
we're pretty worried.
there's
75, for a year. Mostly they can make it fit in with that umbrella, that or what, about that.
there is, we attended. What? Allow for it. So if there are people.
For the good of the board.
Just one thing, anybody who has not had the opportunity to go to the planning plan conference. Really, really a very valuable experience. You can carve out 1 days to go. This would know it's
I think it's 17th, and it's just what's in.
it's something that's thinking. If you have the opportunity to go, it's found it very.
Oh, it's in, it's in.
So I think I've gone to each one since it's been here.
September 22nd. Yes.
So if you have the opportunity to go, I would encourage you. It's very, it's not that far, even if you don't mind flying 4 hours drive if you would. I thought it
And Rochester's hosting it now.
2030.
Need soon.
Okay.
2038.
Oh.
I'm in favor of that.
Literally all of that.
But the Olympics, we're planning it out. Beijing 2039.
All right, great. If there's nothing else. Where do we have a motion? You. And second, all in favor? Stand adjourned. Thank you.
I want to go back, but I know I.
Meeting a little longer.
It's 3:30.
I forwarded the emails with the.